Welcome to the Reveal It All podcast, where we are celebrating strength and the power of shared stories. I am your host, Victorious23. In my 20s, I beat breast cancer twice. And in this space, I am breaking down the barriers and getting so real about women's health. We'll be diving into conversations about survivorship, mental health, and self-care, along with tips on looking and feeling your best because, babe, you are lethal. It's all about learning to stride in your thrive. Together, by sharing our experiences, we grow stronger and more resilient. So let's reveal it all and strive together. Hey, besties, and welcome back to another episode of the Reveal It All podcast. It's your girl, the host, Victorious23, and I am so glad that you are back and you have joined me. If you happen to be new here, babe, so glad that you also have joined the crew. We're all about exploring those little habits that help us feel our absolute best, mind, body, and soul. So you chose the right crew. If you haven't yet done so, please hit that subscribe button, the plus button, the follow button, depends on what streaming podcast you're listening to me on. But I would love if you join the wellness crew over here. And if you are interested, you can for sure get all of my daily updates about me, the daily happenings, where I'm going, what I'm doing, how I'm thriving, following my personal handle at As Told by Laura. Join my check-in crew and you will always be notified with what I'm up to. All right? So glad you guys are joining me for another episode in my series, 23 Wellness Moments with V23. Last time I shared a bit about how wellness and travel intersect for me. As a breast cancer fighter and thriver, I was navigating my own survival protocol right alongside the world facing COVID-19 protocols. And I pray to never, ever, ever have to fall under both of those protocols ever again in Jesus' name. Travel has always been more than a hobby for me. It's my release. It's my freedom. And today, in this episode, I'm going to dive into some wellness habits that I've noticed and embraced while traveling. So let's get into it. Okay, so here's the thing. When I'm traveling, I automatically start doing things that connect me to my best self without me even recognizing it. Like here I am walking around way more because here I am wanting to explore this city, this country, this town, the resort. Or I'm making sure that every morning and every evening I am strolling the beach coastline to catch the sunrise and the sunset. Movement doesn't feel like a chore at all when I am traveling. And that is something I for sure have noticed when immersed in something so beautiful. You're not even clocking it, but I am very much in motion and I love that for me. And can we talk about food? Just for the foodies, okay? Let's gather here for a moment. When abroad, can we talk about it? Because the food is just so much better. Any chance that I get, I am trying fresh local meals, fresh local fruits, fresh local meats, because even a simple Greek salad is something different when you're getting it when you're actually in Greece. The food just gladly warms my soul in a completely different way, all right, when we talk about healing. But also, I just feel like I'm naturally eating lighter and healthier when also abroad. Traveling also clears my mind in a way like nothing else can. And I know that I've shared in this series how journaling is something that can for sure aid you in your wellness journey. But travel for me is another thing that complements journaling. It clears my mind like nothing else. Being in a new place gives me permission to step away from that grind, step away from the daily routine, the protocols that I was sharing with you guys. It allows me to breathe and just to be, just to exist, to be in the present. And it's that instant clarity that I love that comes to me when I have the opportunity to travel. You guys picked a great episode to lock into. Let me share a few habits I've picked up that take my wellness game to a whole nother level when I'm traveling. First and foremost, gone are the days, ladies and gents, where we are packing 2 days before a trip, okay? Gone are the days. Now, yes, I am using my hands even as I am talking to y'all right now because I'm talking to myself. I am guilty, for sure, of packing last minute for a trip. I am guilty of even packing on the day of travel. But gone are the days because we together are going to become more mindful me's, more mindful people, and become intentional packers. It sounds so basic, yes, but I bring this to the surface because it actually is going to support with the wellness journey. Some things that I intentionally make sure to pack with me are a cute pair of comfy walking shoes. Yes, yes, yes. A pair of water or hiking shoes. Yes, yes, yes. Those are non-negotiables, okay? Well, at least the first one is definitely a non-negotiable. Honestly, travel day, airport fit, normally I'm wearing some sneakers, but if you're not, just make sure that you pack a pair of walking shoes in your bag. But sneakers are a non-negotiable. I also carry a reusable water bottle with me that I keep in my carry-on. The fountain by my gate should always be scared of me, especially because us wellness girlies know how dehydrated the skin and everything else gets when we take flight. So making sure that I am hydrated prior to boarding is imperative. Making sure I am hydrated in general is imperative. So I found myself one of those collapsible, reusable water bottles, and I love it. It is definitely an essential in my travel kit. You want to also make sure that all of your medications that you are taking, your vitamins that you are taking, and all of the prescriptions that you also may need when abroad, if you happen to get ill or feel sick, you are also considering. So you want to pack like a small little first aid kit for yourself. And for my Dirty December people, okay, because I know I have some listeners on the line, pack the malaria medication and stop playing, all right? If you don't know that yet, let me be the first to tell you. Please go and pack that malaria medication. The mosquitoes out there in Africa are different than the mosquitoes anywhere else in the world. So you need to stop playing games. Mosquitoes carry viruses. Do you want to be sick while you're dirtying December? I'll let you answer for yourself. But wellness crew, check-in crew, we're packing all of our meds that we need when we go on any holiday. Please, again, don't forget, just regular painkillers are important too, but all of your vitamins, super important, okay? Something else that I also bring along with me is a mini yoga mat or one of those beach towels. I think they even come in like a dual pack because I believe I have a green one and a pink one. But I love, love, love packing this with me for those moments of pure solitude where I just want to stretch. Maybe I just lay out the mat on a balcony, or I lay out my mat in the bedroom, or I lay out the mat in the hotel. And I have those moments to do some daily stretching, some daily motion in the morning, in the evening. And speaking of mornings, I've shared in this series a little bit about my morning routine and some of the new habits that I've included in my wellness journey, such as lymphatic draining and journaling. I also dedicate the first 10 minutes of my day, especially while I'm on vacation, strictly to myself. I feel like it's the most serene thing to do, and I love myself down for it. And when I'm traveling, that's the moment when I decide to journal. That's the moment that I'm deciding to stretch on the beach. That's the moment that I'm deciding to watch the sunrise and reflect and do my meditation. All the things that I've really incorporated in my morning routine, I'm able to enjoy so much more in my solitude while on holiday. Another thing that I've learned that I lean into while on my wellness journey and while traveling is I choose the adrenaline rush. Yeah, I do. I choose the thing, the activity, the item on my bucket list based upon where I'm at. So if I know that there are water sport activities around, I can get on a jet ski, I could go parasailing, I'm choosing to do that thing because where else in this timeline of life am I going to do it besides my present? I have nothing holding me back. And I definitely notice while traveling, I lean into those experiences. Why not treat yourself and try something new that you've always wanted to try before? Or why not tap into the things that you know you truly do enjoy? I always elect to pick the experience. And so that is something I highly encourage in your wellness journey to do. Treat yourself. Go after the thing that you always desired. No one's stopping you but you. And I definitely find while I choose my intention of focusing on my mind and my body and my spirit, it's so easy to do the things that I love doing. Now I'm going to follow up on a topic that I touched on, which is hydration. Hydration is huge, as I've already shared, but y'all, flying, as I mentioned, and exploring can be so dehydrating. I am constantly sipping water and bringing my reusable cup around, but I also, you guys, am a huge believer in electrolytes, getting them naturally through coconut water or getting them naturally through other fruits, but also getting them even through supplement form. I am a liquid IV stand, okay? I was a liquid IV stand before it really started kicking up gear and everybody started really talking about it. Liquid IV has remained in my quote unquote first aid kit. It has always stayed even in my chemo bag every single time I went to chemo treatment. Every time I actually had a chemo day, I made sure to have liquid IV with some water, crushed ice. That was my cocktail, okay? And that kept me very hydrated. And this was before they came out with all of the new amazing flavors that they have out now. And again, this is not a promotion. This is not even an advertisement, but you know, Liquid IV, I'm always here. If you really need somebody to really root for y'all, I am rooting for y'all because Liquid IV has definitely become a part of my survival kit, okay, in many different ways. And this is no paid promo, but I will not at all promote something that I have not used myself and something that I don't stand by. And I stand by Liquid IV. It has remained in my chemo bag. It remains in my carry-on anytime I'm about to take flight. And it always travels with me anytime I'm going abroad. Before we wrap up this episode, I wanted to give an example of how these habits have played out for me. On a trip recently to Greece this summer, I was walking a few miles every single day without me even noticing, swimming every single morning, every single afternoon, exploring the beautiful cobblestone streets of Greece. Pair that with fresh Mediterranean food, my body was thriving. And this was literally happening without me even thinking about it. And then there was Tulum. You guys, again, the cenotes were unreal. For the Mayans, they believed that these cenote caves were considered sacred portals, all right? And they believed in its sacred healing properties because of all of the natural filtered minerals in these caves. Rainwater, limestone rock, sulfur, magnesium, calcium, all of the following are all associated with skin health benefits. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot the gem that my tour guide left me with. Y'all, he clearly knew what the vibes were on. It was about healing, right? I kept on fidgeting about the fact that we are literally entering this pitch black cave. I'm putting my life on the line. I'm here by myself. I'm a Black woman. Like, what is going on? I know better. I know better. But here I am choosing very, very odd decisions here in this Mexico. God, please lead and take all of the wheel. Putting all faith into the journey, but also he could tell that I'm like trying my best to not freak out. This is what this tour guide left me with. And I was just like, I'm going to move with this. This is strong. This was needed. He said, do you know what fear stands for? And I said, no, brother. Like, I know the definition of fear, but what do you mean fear stands for something? Explain yourself. Fear stands for false evidence appearing real. When he broke that down to me, it caught me up. Like, whoa. The example that he again also used while I'm in the cave with him was he put his hand in the water and he shined the flashlight under the water on his hand. And if you look at the reflection of his hand underwater on the roof of that cave, it literally looks like a giant sea creature. False evidence appearing real. That shadow appears to be real as heck, appears to be this giant sea creature, appears to be evidence of something being there. But baby, it's all false. That's actually, though, just a light shining on a hand that is making a reflection of a sea creature on the roof of the cave. You're actually okay. There's actually no creature in the cave with you. False evidence appearing real. So when I started to really download that, man, fear, when you can break it down like that, all of that was false. Think about so many things that we naturally are hesitant about, right? You don't often want to say, oh my gosh, I fear that. Oh, I have a fear of doing that. Oh, I fear that. Some people are comfortable saying it, but oftentimes we just say, oh, I don't want to do that. Or I don't like that. Even when I think about the journey, even when I think about womanhood, there's so much that is unknown to us that it's just like, there is a little bit of just anxiety. But truly, we need to remove that term fear. False evidence appearing real. It's a whole lot of stuff that we're making up in our head. That is what fear is. A whole lot of false stuff appearing to be present. It's not even there. And it's not even real. Wow. All of that you were questioning, all of that you didn't go out and seek because you made up something in your head that was false. That's really why you should crash out. Because you made up in your head that you can't beat it. You made up in your mind that you can't heal yourself. You made up in your spirit that this was going to be your end all be all. I'm just going to be the diagnosis. I got it. Oh, well, that's me. That's my life now. When you pick fear, you're picking something false. You're not picking truth. That really honed in for me, y'all. That really sank in for me differently. And I thank that tour guide for really grounding me that day with that word and with the definition of fear. Fear broken down in an acronym in this way. And it has never left me since that day in that cenote cave, pitch black darkness, on the back of this man with the life vest in the middle of the forest of Tulum, receiving healing in that way. It has never left me. And after going for a swim in these beautiful, unreal caves, I took time to sit, journal, reflect, and I just allowed all of the stress to just melt away and to never allow fear to ever misguide me ever again. More recently, in Marrakech, I was intentional about skincare also, and about hydration, especially because of my recent surgeries. And let me tell you, what a core memory my visit to Marrakech truly was. I got the opportunity to go into the actual local village and watch the women blend the argan oil from its root down into the paste that I was able to bring home and have been using on this body to cure, to heal, and to restore. All of the following wellness focused habits have made me feel like the best version of myself. And guys, I reached this version of myself by exploring travel. So here we are. I'm a vessel giving y'all gems based on my experience and what I truly believe has aided me in my survivalship. Truly, travel is something that I cherish and has always been a form of self-care for me. It's a completely different practice of self-care for me after going through my own personal health journey. But as a woman and just as a Black woman, I think it is so important for me to just stress the importance that my sister, when was the last time that you decided to do something for you? And it's so imperative. I found that these were the spaces where I was able to release all of the built up anxiety, all of the built up stress. And I want that for every listener that hears my voice. You deserve rest. You deserve a stress-free life. You deserve soft life. You deserve to travel, explore all the things that your heart desires. You deserve that. And not a travel restriction, not a COVID, not a cancer is going to hold me back. Definitely shouldn't hold you back, babe. Definitely shouldn't hold you back. And if you need support, I got you. If you need even help planning a trip, the yapper can yap. So you guys subscribe. Leave in the comments of these episodes, on these posts, on my Instagram, truly where you want the conversation to go. I am so, so blessed and honored again to just have a space to just be me and to just share with you guys exactly what it looks like in its survivorship, post-cancer, post-fighting for my life, post-COVID-19, and being a Black babe, fine babe at that, who has prioritized thriving versus just trying to survive. No, we're thriving. I'm choosing soft life. I'm choosing travel as my destination. And that is how I release. That is how I find myself. That is how I create inspiration. That is how I pour into myself. That is how I take care of myself. How are you taking care of you? I want you to think about your own travel habits. What little things do you do while exploring that make you feel amazing? Walking more, even talking to strangers more, because I know I am so anti, but put me abroad, here I am trying to make friends. Socialite, who, me? But are you trying new foods? Are you taking time to yourself? Are you actually maybe even trying something new? Maybe even trying meditation for the first time? I would love to know if even this conversation has sparked your interest to maybe even try something out. I'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't listened to part 1 of this series, go and check it out. It's full of gems. I already walked through 4 amazing wellness moments that I have picked up in my survivorship, and adding travel to the list makes it number 5. All right, until next time, bestie, keep thriving and prioritizing your wellness because you got this, babe, okay? You got this. And until next time, stay victorious. Love ya.